Hey everybody, you know what? I wonder if this camera is actually better than the one I was using before. All week I was using a different camera. Just took my hat off. Using a different camera. Oh, one thing, I can check my hair better with this one. There we go. Switch lanes. This might be a better idea than the other one. Uses huge amounts of data. It's better quality video, but the audio wasn't so good. So, anywho, welcome to the Good Life Meditation for the 14th day of October 2016. Why do I always want to say 17? So, as I was mulling about this morning, a thought crossed my mind. I was actually listening to a podcast, the Atheist Debates podcast with Matt Dillahunty, and I was listening to him describe a framework of thought, and I had this thought came to my mind of I was thinking about the little pieces that I have for this. Actually, no, it wasn't that. I was listening to Matt Dillahunty. It wasn't that. It was I got an email or a comment in one of the videos mentioning that one of these videos had been helpful because it had helped to tease out a piece that might have been lacking in that person's own worldview, which is namely temperance. Or maybe not lacking, but not reinforced enough. And I started to realize then that kind of was like, it was like a framework, you know, the statement of human rights, the 3 objectives, and the 7 principles. It's a framework. And then the word that popped into my mind was operating system. Almost like, dare I say, a humanist operating system. Yeah. And so I kind of like that. I kind of like that idea. I like that more than philosophy, because I just don't feel like it sounds like too highfalutin a term. So operating system, yeah. So I wonder if I can call that's the first time I'll say this. The good life operating system. No, I don't like that. Doesn't sound good. But I do like describing this as an operating system, maybe even a humanist operating system. Anyway, let's get down to it. It's Saturday. It's my driving school day, which I really enjoy. I really enjoy helping teenagers in particular, and adults, find the freedom of being able to drive. So, I just described the components, and so let's get into it. The statement of human rights, and I'll have to go a little fast. I'm getting a late start. It's a simple thing. The rights of the individual must be respected and not trampled upon as we pursue the well-being of the group. So don't throw the little guy under the bus. It doesn't mean that we have to protect them in every case, and that there is such things as sacrificing some rights of the individual for the greater good, eminent domain, stuff like that. I don't know if it's a right, you have the right to sovereignty of your property. So maybe that's it. Maybe distinguish what the rights are versus the privileges, or that's probably it. Rights versus privileges. The rights are inviolate. There's a word. Can't trample on them. Inviolate. The rights you don't want to mess with. The privileges you can have some leeway with. I like that. That's another reason why I like doing this every day. It helps draw out nuance. Another sip of my coffee. Need a venti-sized extra hot latte from Starbucks on these extra days of work. I usually allow myself one Starbucks on Friday, on the working Fridays that I work. I get every other Friday off, and then one every day. Every day I'm doing extra work like this. Okay, so the 3 objectives. 1 is the development and maintenance of good, sound principles. Those are the 7 I'll be getting to momentarily. 2 is the cultivation of good emotional reactions. Very, very key to all of this, and ties right in with temperance. That I'll get to on the fourth principle. Cultivating good emotional reactions. Man, that's the demonstrable, tactile, almost tactile. You can almost feel it when it comes up. I mean, it's so, especially since I started doing this daily, and which has been about 6 months. It's so immediate now, and it's pretty rare that my emotions can ambush me anymore and get away with it. I usually spot it coming, and if I don't spot it coming, I can tackle it before it does anything bad and gets me in a bad situation. Time after time, daily. It's amazing. So cultivating good emotional reactions, controlling how I respond to the world around me, and I've just gotten rid of all the idea that I used to have that this was suppressing my emotions. It's not. It's in no way a suppression of emotions, because it takes a tremendous amount of energy to control. You dissipate emotion and feeling. You dissipate emotion in the process of controlling emotion. It's just that you do so like a duck, serene on the surface, paddling like crazy under the water. That's what it is. You just don't. It doesn't appear that way to others. I imagine that that's how it is for all individuals, and I think that I might call that a mark of maturity, right? A long time coming for me. Still working on it. Okay, 2, the 3, the performance of good actions. Just doing darn good things. Pick up a piece of litter on the road. Help folks out when you can. Drive the speed limit. Conserve gas and energy. Be kind. Offer a smile to someone, everyone, and on and on. 7 principles. First principle. Principle of atomic. The principle of atomic. The atomic principle. Everything in the universe is bits and pieces, which are really, the matter is nothing more than a frozen form of energy, and it's all changing, and time is immense and a volume and an expanse of that is unfathomable to our minds, across which we live our lives in just brief moments. Keeping that in mind helps us to live better and more immediate. 2, the principle of nature. Everything and everyone has a particular nature, and we live a better life when we observe, catalog the nature of things. It's almost like, this is where cross over the biblical references. It's almost like Adam in a way, but instead of Adam naming everything, we simply identify the nature of things. The nature of an automobile, the nature of a home, which is to offer shelter, to cost money, to require maintenance, to be the place where the heart resides in many ways, and then to eventually not last forever, and to be these kinds of things. I mean, you get it, you get the idea, and then what you expect, then you can expect of things according to their nature. Likewise, us, we can learn about, through observing and spending time with others, the nature of other people, so that we're not so surprised when they behave according to that nature. And most importantly, not because we're so selfish, but most importantly because we're the ones that we have the most control over, what is our own nature? And what is the thing that our nature inclines us towards doing? And why not live according to that, even if it's nonsense in many other ways? I think Nietzsche would describe that as the transition from the camel to the lion, or maybe it's the child, or one of those, or maybe it's the Superman. I don't know. We're messing things up. Closing on I gotta speed up. So next, living according to your nature. 3, the social principle, not the so-so principle, but the social principle. Humans are social creatures. We need one another, and our best ends are social ends. It's a concentrated, refined, very dense in the best way possible. It's like a deep, rich, chocolatey, yummy goodness when we perform acts that are for the social good, the good of the many. What a beautiful thing. 4, temperance, the key to so much in this operating system. The exercise of restraint, the ability to consume in moderation, not in venti size. Well, that's one thing. My temperance is that I don't drink coffee. I don't buy these every day, as much as I'd like to. I buy them once a week, and on special days when I'm working extra days like this. So it is, even though it's venti size, it's the biggest size possible. It is certainly enjoyed through temperance. Less drink, less wine, less food, less work, less play. Not less for its own sake, but less to the point of practicality, moderation to rational and practical means, to rational and practical ends. And also temperance with regard to our emotions, the expression of emotions. Here's my off-ramp up here. I better hurry up. 10 minutes, just finished. Just got there. 5, the great indifference. Recognition that the universe is a yawning chasm of empty wild, where the wind blows across the desert, and empty space screams with cosmic rays and destroys anything quite like us. We have a very cozy little home right here, right now, and it is in no way guaranteed. And all we have with regard to sustenance and compassion is one another. So if you want to find love, if you want to find compassion, if you want to find friendship, family, and the like, look to your fellows. Go out to the desert, go to the sea, go to the mountains, go alone in your mind, but realize that you'll find nothing there other than yourself. And anytime if you think that you are talking in communion in some way with something else, something bigger, you're probably talking to yourself. Until someone can show any good evidence otherwise, that seems to be the case, and that is why the great indifference is also the great motivator towards family, friends, community, and social ends. 6, reason, the governing faculty. Look at the facts, develop arguments, see if those arguments bear fruit, and then refining, mix and rinse and repeat. That's how we do it. And then 7, virtue, which is the purpose of life according to the good life operating system. Virtue is the realization of the end of the pursuit of well-being for ourselves, for our families, for our communities, for our species, other species, ecosystems in general, and the planet, and for, hey, the universe, if we could dare to believe we had such influence. I guess making our little speck of dust better, cleaner, better, nicer, and more peaceful is indeed an improvement in the universe, the balance.